Good morning, Peg Doyle Zuniga. It is Sunday morning, and once upon a time, I would absolutely be flipping out because I wasn't in church. I was so afraid. I felt like a fish out of water. Actually, my whole life, a fish out of water. And here's the amazing thing about that. I know what the saying is. It might be Einstein. I'm not even sure, but when you teach a fish, when you insist on teaching a fish to climb a tree because you want everybody to learn how to climb a tree, when you try to teach a fish how to climb a tree, you might understand a little bit more about personalities. Creations are different. People are different. We learn differently. We love differently. We see differently. We hear differently. Oh boy, do we hear differently. Anyways, getting back to, I have no idea what I was talking about. What was I going to tell you about? It's so good. Oh, church. Oh my goodness, church. Do you know you can't go to church technically? Do you know if you actually believe that the Bible or I hate to call them scriptures because those words written, the first 5 books are the scriptures. Don't want to get detailed because I'm not that historic. However, I know we put a lot of stock into these words that were written. We had different Bibles because we were in the ministry for close to 27 years, about always playing in churches, every single kind of church that you can imagine, every belief system that you can imagine. Everybody loved Cheez-Its, and some of them were very plastic Jesuses, and we have got to take a look about what we're believing, why we're believing, who we're worshiping. And this is where I'm going with these conversations, I believe, because again, I woke up when Jess and I came out of the ministry, and he always says yanked. We were yanked out of the ministry. We were yanked out of church. We got fired 3 or 4 times. We didn't do anything. It was horrific then. It's hysterical now. But we didn't do anything that warranted getting fired. Struggled with money. We would always be having a baby. We had 5 of them little babies, and we always thought, oh, good, now we'll be secure with our finances, so let's have a baby, And we loved it because we really, that was our heart's desire. So we did it anyways, and found out that church money doesn't work unless you're part of the system, unless you're part of the church system. And we are so grateful. I know I speak for Jess. We are so grateful that we got to come out of it all those years ago. It's been at least 22, 23 maybe. And what a journey to come out. Again, waking up in such fear of the next thing. And fear is the absolute foundation, except after damnation. Fear, torment. Fear has torment. And so, being raised in that particular style of living here on this earth is a mental illness. Is a mental illness that I saw take down droves of people. It convinced gazillions of people that they were nothing, that they were sinful, that they were horrific. Not that some of that isn't true, but it's propagated for control. It's like we all should know that by now. However, that's why they call it the Great Awakening, the enlightenment, or whatever it is. You just are waking up to, maybe I'm not such a dirtbag after all. Maybe there's some divinity in me. Who knew? Maybe I should stop counting my sins. Maybe I should, well, I don't like the word should. See, I'm learning how to speak differently. Um, we have denied our divinity. And why wouldn't we? Get up today, you look at yourself, you go, oh my God, look at that, look at that. My failures, oh my God. This world would beat me to death with my failures. Oh, and my friends would help. The old Job story. However, what do you think about it? You know, maybe I'm trying too hard. Um, so my struggle, my walk is turned into more taking my foot off the brake, as I spoke earlier, instead of trying to speed up or add one more thing or speed to my life. Slow it down, take the foot off the brake, which would speed me up because I wouldn't be just trying to hold myself in place and try to go somewhere at the same time. A double-minded man or woman, and that's about everything. When we can't make a decision, we're indecisive. It is, it's a rudeness to our own heart to be indecisive. It's okay to let something marinate as you're contemplating it. That's different. Contemplating is like the highest form of just, thinking about it or putting it into your intentional box. But this getting back to being a fish out of water, or me trying to climb a tree if I'm a fish, and I'm not. I'm more of a bird. Jesse's more of the fish. He's a high C personality, and I'm a high I. Excuse me. We have so much to talk about. We came out of some deep Catholicism. I say deep because he was going to be a priest. I was going to be a nun for a week. I think it was peer pressure. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't get that job. And I am so glad that I'm out of that system. Now, it doesn't mean the religious residue doesn't stay with me my whole life, because it's part of me, and it's part of me. It's part of me. That's why I can see darkness in others, because I have darkness in me. And that's only if I see darkness in others, it's because I'm seeing darkness in me. If I got to judge someone outside of myself, that's the dark side of me, because why would I want to judge a divine entity? I do not. And so you get back to just, well, I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm just going to judge myself. I'm going to be fully responsible. I'm going to take 100% responsibility for myself. And you begin judging yourself. That's not healthy either. In fact, the game on, is to look at what you're doing and have some mercy on yourself. Give yourself a break. Start respecting who you are. Not necessarily what you do, but respect that you're here. Respect the fact that you're here, and it's so important that you're here. And if you can remember that, and you have a word, you have a song, you have a book, you have something to say that we as a collective need right now, or you would not be here. And that's the magic. That's when magic kicks in. And sorry,